Good morning and welcome to this morning's webinar on the SME Instruments Overseas Trade Fairs program. We're very happy to have you here, and I'll be presenting along with my co-host Vilma ZOTOU and Vanessa RICCI the program and a number of related insights of markets which we're targeting on the program in the coming hour. My name's Jean-Jacques LENNON. The agenda for today's webinar is an introduction to the program by Vanessa RICCI, the EASME project officer in charge of this program, following which we'll have insights on the target markets in Japan, China, and Southeast Asia. We've selected a subset of Asian markets to focus on this morning for our market insights. And then Vilma ZOTOU will go through many of the practicalities of participating in the program before we open the floor to all attendees and welcome your questions during the question and answer session. Important to note that all questions that you type in will be recorded, and so if we don't have time to cover all the questions that are received on the webinar itself, we'll come back to these in the coming days, of course, and share the outcomes of those with you. And then we'll do a final recap before proceeding. So it's with great pleasure that I leave the floor to Vanessa RICCI, who will now introduce the program.
Hello, I'm Vanessa RICCI. Thank you, Jean-Jacques. I work for the SME Instrument, the Phase 3 team. We created the Overseas Trade Fair Participation Program to give you the opportunity to exhibit your innovative product or service on the international scene, and in particular in the most well-known trade fairs around the globe. We know that the SME Instrument, we know that the SMEs have the ambition to grow globally, but often they are blocked by the high cost of participating to these trade fairs, or feeling to swim alone in foreign waters with the big fish of industrial sectors, the lack of detailed knowledge of new geographical markets. So the Overseas Trade Fair Participation Program, also called OTF, aims at helping you to scale up globally, preparing you for business deals, giving you the possibility to be visible on the international scene, increasing your knowledge of foreign markets, and giving you special access to the most well-known trade fairs. So the OTF program will organize the participation of up to 225 SME Instrument champions from Phase 1 or Phase 2 at 15 major trade fairs around the globe to support the commercialization of your innovative product or service in 11 overseas markets, such as USA, Chile, South Africa, United Arab Emirates, India, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Japan, and China. Here you can see in snapshots the 15 trade fairs that we selected for you by taking into account the innovation technology factor of the fair, the number of visitors, exhibitors, and international participation for each trade fair, and the coverage per SME per topic of the SME Instrument. As you can see, the light boxes, the light color of the boxes indicate those trade fairs more topic focused, and the dark color of the boxes show the cross-sectorial trade fairs. We took into account, to choose these trade fairs, the preference of the SME Instrument champions that voted last year to our EU survey. Last but not least, we took into account also the new geographical markets. As you can see from this slide, 90% of the global economic growth in the next 15 years is expected to be generated outside Europe. Countries like Nigeria or economic regions like Southeast Asia are projected to grow in real GDP at more than 5%. In this slide, you can see the 15 trade fairs distributed in the next 2 years. We are going to have 7 trade fairs in 2017 and 8 trade fairs in 2018. So we're not going to repeat the same trade fair twice. What do we offer you in practical terms? A free booth in our SME instrument stand, organization of preset meetings on the basis of your business needs. For example, if you want to meet the manufacturers, distributors, investors, you just need to tell us. We're going to also offer you up to 1,000 euros of optional services. Plus, we're going to offer you also the participation to pitching events in front of international investors, free business mentoring to help you to make business abroad, free promotion of your company in the trade fair, and many other business networking opportunities. Last but not least, if you come with us, you will be under the EU flag and recognized as champion of the SME instrument.
I will focus on providing you with some practicalities for joining us on our program. From the application process till, of course, follow-up activities right after the business week. Just to make it clear for you all, it's that me, Jean-Jacques, our team, will accompany you throughout all this fantastic experience. So, how to actually apply for our program? The application period lasts approximately 3 months from the day the goal is open and published on our web page, on our dedicated web page. Both Phase 1 and 2 SMEs champions are eligible to apply under one major criteria, though, which is a signed grant agreement. Grant agreements that have come to an expiration by the end date of the application period are also welcome and allowed to apply. Applications are to be prepared and sent online. We use the EU survey platform, which is very user-friendly, and you can see a screenshot on your picture. And actually, this platform allows you to access your ongoing application several times in order to think deeply how to best reply to our questions. It will be around 10 open questions to fill in carefully, together with some company details requested for us to identify you on our SME instrument database. Each trade fair happens at different times over the year, over the 2 consecutive years, actually 2017 and 18. So you're strongly encouraged to visit our dedicated webpage on a regular basis. And of course, we will also inform you, our SME champions, via regular tweets and on our dedicated LinkedIn webpage. So once you successfully apply for the trade fairs you're interested in, we will have a 2-week period evaluation for our evaluation. The evaluation will last actually 2 weeks, as I've said, and we will have a pool of independent experts at specific topics, but also experts at the geographical regions where the trade fairs take place, who will evaluate each application against a set of criteria agreed upon with the Commission. These criteria are basically the following 3. First of all, it's the expected and desired impact for your company of the participation to the specific trade fair, including any previous activity in the targeted markets, any prior market research, etc., etc. So whatever you have already done on your side, it's strongly recommended that you put it in the application form. The second criteria is the correspondence of your profile, your SME profile, to the specific trade fair topic, together also with the geographical region, whether indeed you have been there doing business already. And the third criteria is your investment in terms of human and financial resources in order to be willing and capable to make throughout the 2-month preparation before the business week. itself. So 15 SMEs will receive the green light to join us to the specific trade fair, whereas a short list of 5 SMEs will also be foreseen. Please note that last-minute cancellations are only accepted due to force majeure. It's also worth reiterating, as Vanessa also said previously, the fact that you are invited to apply to as many trade fairs as you wish, and you think your company profile fits with, and you may be selected to attend maximum 2 trade fairs. Once the evaluation comes to an end, we will have then our 15 selected SMEs. For those selected SMEs, we aim to organize a one-day meeting here in Brussels. In preparation of this day, each SME is expected to develop its company profile in close collaboration, of course, with us. We will actually directly get in contact with you as of day 1 of your selection to join this trade fair, and we will together build your company profile, which will be tailored and finalized in person the day we meet here in Brussels. Which is going to be approximately 1 month before our departure to the trade fair. This company profile will be used to promote your product, your services, and activities in the market of the trade fair, and it is also intended to be used for the fair's general catalog issued by the organizers of the trade fair and available to the general public, and of course to the exhibitors and visitors of the trade fair. It will be also used for the intended business matchmaking, the core of our program, and it is very important thus that all this information provided by you is the most recent and the most accurate one. During the one-day briefing here in Brussels, all 15 SMEs will be introduced to the objectives, but also to the practicalities of our program. We will prepare for you a successful business week. We will brief you on logistics and travel arrangements, on how to do business in the market, and of course discuss profoundly and build your profile accordingly, so as to arrange a number of pre-selected meetings with you and counterparts in the targeted market. So we go there and we have a pre-scheduled agenda with face-to-face meetings with our counterparts in the targeted market. You will leave this intensive one-day meeting in Brussels with a detailed participation manual at hand, which will be your guide, your Bible throughout the business mission. Later on, so now it starts actually the interesting part of our job, which is, of course, your real preparation and attendance to the trade fair. How to prepare you best to meet your counterparts in the targeted market? Of course, our primary objective is that our selected SMEs stand out in the crowd. How to achieve this? We will first use identifying multipliers in the target markets to help promote the program amongst their members, and of course to invite those members to visit the trade fairs. Be it the enterprise network, be it a local chamber of commerces, be it trade associations, etc. We will also join the support of the EU delegation in the country itself. Also, extensive digital marketing and online promotion is foreseen with our program. For instance, on standard mailing, social media, and telemarketing calls with eventual business partners. We aim to arrange meetings with you at the targeted market. In concrete, about matchmaking, as I said earlier, the purpose is to better fit your company into the opportunities in the targeted market, and of course to create a list of potential relevant business contacts to meet in person during the event. On logistics side, as Vanessa said before, you will have actually a free booth of 5 meters square each SME under the SME instrument pavilion. The duration of each trade fair varies, and as we will accompany you. It will be intense, but it will be a unique opportunity to exhibit your product at the trade fair. You will also have up to 2 badges to enter at the exhibition itself, promotional material to distribute, any prototypes to expose, and also to attend a series of networking events, including events we aim also to organize, such as the Inception Report, the first or the second week, excuse me, day of us being at the event. Last slide, it's about the costs. Of course, everything comes with a price. So this table provides you a rough estimation of the expected costs to be covered by you and or by the Commission. As you may see, the approximate cost of your participation in the fair will be up to €3,000, which of course varies from one country to the other. However, the Commission will cover half of this total, which arrives up to €1,000, and particularly for phase 2 SMEs, the total may be covered by the Commission, considered it as dissemination activities. Voila. So in order, we have actually a number of slides presenting you the 15 trade fairs particularly, by giving you a short description of what happened in the past events. However, due to time constraints, I will only focus presenting you the first 4 trade fairs we will attend in 2017, and for those, the calls are already open and available on our dedicated webpage. So I definitely encourage you to go and apply already, because we don't really have to underestimate the fact that there are 10 questions to fill in carefully. So the first trade fair, it's taking place in April already in Tokyo, Japan. It's FOI, dedicated to optical communication, including fiber optics, optical transmission equipment and devices, semiconductors, sensors, photonics, and lasers. In its past edition, FOI welcomed around 60,000 visitors and 300 exhibitors from around the globe. Deadline for applying for FOI, it's already the 9th of December, so you need to hurry up. Same goes for MIHAS, our second trade fair already available to you all. MIHAS, it's taking place in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and it's actually focusing on food and agro-food, on agriculture, food packaging, commodities and storage, as well as in the sector of pharmaceuticals, tourism, financial and banking and insurance services. So it's quite broad. Around 22,000 visitors exposed last year in Malaysia in this trade fair, and around 500 exhibitors were also having their booth in the trade fair. The third trade fair planned for this year, for 2017, it's IE Expo, due for May 2017 in Shanghai, China. This trade fair focuses on environmental technologies, and particularly on water treatment, water management, and recycling, as well as related technologies, air purification and cleaning, industrial fumes, and dust control. So I would really encourage you to go and check on the past editions of this trade fair, but also the previous ones, to take a good look at what happened last years, and try already to identify a good match for your company. The deadline for this, together with the right next trade fair, is in January 13 already. The call is out. The fourth trade fair and last, because we need to finish up soon, it's our Bioconvention International Trade Fair, which happens in San Diego next year again in June 2017, which focuses on health supplements and pharmaceutical, herbal products, biotherapeutics, manufacturing, drugs, cell culture, genomics, and related technologies. Around 1,800 exhibitors attended it last year, and they're expecting huge numbers also for this year now.
Besides the website on which you'll find all of the information on the Overseas Trade Fair programs, there is, of course, our Twitter account, our LinkedIn group, but most importantly, I think, our email help desk account, at which you can ask any question